Okay, gents, some more wisdom from No More Mr. Nice Guy. Ahoy, gents! Got a good one for you today. Um, I want to talk today. I hate doing these emotional ones. I always feel like I'm gonna cry. Um, Toxic shame. Okay, so toxic shame is shame that creates a negative reinforcement, creates a negative feedback loop that just fucks you up. Okay, so you've probably watched porn in the past, right? And this is a very good example. You've probably watched porn in the past, and when you looked at a girl like the next day, either maybe you looked at it from like oh fuck it. Okay, we always look at girls like that somewhat, especially when you're in high school. Jeez. Um. Oh, what the fuck this girl like I saw in that porno. But another one, if you were brought up like a nice guy, if you're like a nice guy, right? You probably felt ashamed of yourself when you saw a woman again. Like I fucking did. And that shame made you not even want to interact with them. Like, oh, I feel so fucking dirty. Like, why would I do that? Why would I think that about another human being? Right? And then you come home and you feel bad about yourself, and that like that sinking feeling at like it's like your heart fucking goes in on itself. You feel so bad. And what do you want to do when you feel that bad? You want some pleasure. You want some pleasure. As Hamza said in his really good video on what was it? Oh, the practice with women video, very good video. Like, oh, chase girls now, whatever. I love that video. But he like, oh, I just want to ejaculate now. You just want to feel good, right? Because you're shaming yourself, and like, understandably so. Porn is fucking horrible. But toxic shame and shaming yourself does not solve the problem. And speaking to myself again, it does not solve the problem if you hate if you hate yourself. If you're like, oh, you're disgusting. You ate too much. Oh, you're disgusting. You watch so much porn. Oh, you're disgusting. You smoke cigarettes again. You smoked again. You fucking smoked weed again. Oh, you got drunk again. Why the fuck would you do this to yourself? Right? And you like, toxic shame just clouds you. Everything is like you are the most horrible person in the world. That's your headspace, right? Maybe it's because you're used to negative reinforcement, but that's your headspace. And then you go down. You feel the low, and you're like, I just want to feel good right now. Like everything is making me feel bad. Everything being the thoughts in your head. It's making me feel bad. I'm gonna go jack off. I'm gonna go drink. I'm gonna go smoke. I'm gonna go party. So through okay, you guys know the diagnosis. Oh, that's toxic shame, and I'm sure fucking everyone watching this video struggles with it. The cure, the cure is super gay. The cure, right? It's to just embrace yourself, and okay, I'll get into the whole Christian side afterwards, but it's to embrace who you are. It's to understand who you truly are, and to learn to love the parts of yourself that you're always trying to hide. It's to learn to love the in my like okay, I'll give you my case, the fucking horny animal. Like because I struggled. Thank God I'm fucking done. Thank you God actually that I'm done with it. I struggled with pornography addiction in my youth. Um, and there's a fucking horny animal inside of me. But now that I'm older, it's like I know what that is. I use that sexual energy and I sexually transmute it into my work. Yeah. Doesn't seem like it because my microphone's shit. Sorry about that, guys. I'm gonna get a new microphone soon. But I sexually transmute that energy into my work. I'm an engineer, so I have a fucking lot of work to do. So that's why I do need to get I have the money. I'm just being lazy. But you sexually transmute that into your work and you love it. You're like, yo, I'm actually so glad that I get a third of a hard on when I see a girl's ankle. I'm glad because it makes me work so much. Don't fuck. I hope my mom isn't watching this video. Um, when you learn to love those parts of yourself, when you learn to love maybe another one that I personally struggle with is like binge eating. And now I love my appetite. It's like I can enjoy so much food. It's a blessing. I'm grateful for the fact that I can eat so much. And since genuinely, since I embrace those things, it's like I'm not as hungry, not as horny. It's like it's not lingering in my head the whole time. It's not as Alex Mosi would say, it's not part of my identity anymore. I don't identify with pornography addiction. I don't identify with food addiction, right? It's just aspects of me that I'm more susceptible to. So I won't allow them. I won't allow myself to binge it. I won't allow myself to watch pornography. But it's not who I am. It's it's the impulses are part of me, right? And I use them as a strength now. But when I stopped trying to hide them from people, when I even told people about it, I told like my mom, I was like, I was addicted to porn and I eat too much. When I relinquished that control that the shame had over me, that the shame had over my identity, I realized that I'm just a person, right? And this happened also after a mushroom trip I took. I was like, I'm just a person. I'm not I'm not a character in a story. No one's writing my fucking story. Like things aren't just gonna get easier. I have to embrace the person that I am, and then things will get better. So, okay, from the Christian side now, when I think one of the most amazing parts about like religion and just like faith and stuff, it's that you know for a fact that there's something like whether God, Jesus, Allah, whoever you pray to, whatever, you know that there's something that loves you for who you are, truly. Because a lot of the times, especially if you're a weirdo like me, it doesn't feel like people love you for who you are. Because if people, you, it's not even that. You just feel like if people knew who you actually are, then you'd be fucked. You'd be like, oh no, everyone's gonna know I'm a little horn dog. Everyone's gonna know I'm actually fat on the inside. It's like, no, they don't care. They're just other people as well. They also fucked up. Embrace it. Embrace who you truly are. And then knowing that with the God stuff, knowing that God is there with you, God created you like this, there's nothing wrong with you. You can do things that are wrong, but there's nothing wrong with you. So, yeah, the toxic shame thing, I'm gonna link it back to the nice guy thing. Okay, the toxic shame comes from you, and it can even come from you doing like things that are things that you see as right, but that other people will shame you into thinking is wrong. And when other people shame you into doing what you think is right, like stop fucking listening to them. Those people aren't part of your tribe. If you genuinely know what you're doing is right, right, like don't be a stupid. But if you genuinely know what you're doing is right, and people shame you, and that becomes a cycle in your head because you're so afraid of disapproval. Fuck those people. They aren't part of your tribe. I love this line Coggins said where he was like, there's a lot of swearing now. But David Goggins was talking about how when he was younger, he wanted to fit in with the kids and stuff, so he like used to act like a clown to get attention, right? And he would still sit alone at the lunch table because no one actually liked him, and he wanted the approval of, by his own words, regular fucking people. So one day he decided, fuck the table, sit by your fucking self, sit alone, right? Just you and God, sit there. Don't let the shame cloud you. Don't let the shame of other people's bullshit. It's other people's bullshit at the end of the day. Don't let that shame cloud you. Cheers, gents.